Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Salutations to all. This video is being made with reference to the 2024 Lok Sabha elections which are going to happen in India. They decide who will be the next Prime Minister of India for the coming 5 years. So who will win the 2024 Lok Sabha elections in India? What are the planetary transit effects? And how are they going to impact the elections? We are going to see in this video. So if we consider the 2024 Indian general elections, they're going to be held from 19th April to 1st June. So they're being held in 7 phases. So in order to analyze who is going to win with respect to the astrological analysis, we have to take into consideration the 7 polling dates or the 7 phases of polling. So this video is being made in 2 parts. The first part has the complete astrological analysis. If a few of you are not interested in that part and want to know what the conclusion is, you can skip to the second part where the conclusion will be said. So coming to the astrological part, we have to take into consideration the 7 dates of polling. So how can we analyze the planetary positions or the transits, and how can we predict who might come into power or who might lose power? So for that, I've searched the classics if we can find any reference to the ways or techniques for prediction. But a lot of classics don't give any sort of indications or any planetary combinations for how to predict these things. So for predicting these global events or social events, in Brihat Samhita, in Graha Yuddhadhyaya, what I found was, so this text is Brihat Samhita. It's a Sanskrit text with English translation by Pandit Vibhushan V. Subramanya Sastri. You can get the PDF of it in archive. It's a pretty old text, but pretty standard text. So in Brihat Samhita, in Graha Yuddhadhyaya, in Sloka 6 and 7, it says, Ravirakrando madhye pauraha purve pare sthito yayi paura budhaguru ravija nityam sitam surakrandaha ketu kuja rahu sukra yayina ete hata graha hanyuhu akranda yayi pauran jayino jayadaha swavargasya. So what this says is, a sun, when standing in the meridian, he's called Akranda, or an ally who is coming to the rescue. So when he's in the meridian, he's coming to the rescue. And when he's in the east, he's a Paura, which means a king who is staying in town. And when he's in the west, he's a Yayi, means a king which marches off. So Ravi, he acts as these 3 in the complete day. And if we consider Paura, Buddha Guru Ravija, Mercury, Guru, and Saturn, they're always Pauras, or the king staying in town. So whoever is in power is being represented by Mercury, Jupiter, and Saturn. Nityam Sitam Surakrandaha means moon is always Akranda. So he's always a person who's coming to rescue, or you can say he's an ally. And Ketu Kuja Rahu Sukra Yaginayete Hata Graha Hanyihu, which means that Ketu, Mars, Rahu, and Sukra, these 4 planets are marching planets, or they always indicate the opposition who is trying to get into power and position. So all these planets are known as Akranda, Yaya, and Paura. So these, when are hurt or destroyed, those indicated by them will be affected, and if they're with strength, those indicated by them will gain power. So I've used this particular sloka and reference for the complete analysis of the planetary strength for the ruling NDA and the opposition India and other parties. I find this pretty reliable because based on this concept, I have predicted the 2023 Telangana elections, and the prediction came out true. Now, I've used this similar concept for the 2024 Andhra elections as well. So I'm going to apply this same concept in the 2024 India Lok Sabha elections. So if we look at the analysis, the ruling party as of now is the NDA, which is being headed by Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India. And the opposition is the India Alliance, which is being headed by Kharge. So for the ruling party, they are called as Thai, means who is already in the power and position. They're being represented by the strength of Buddha, Guru, and Shani. And the opposition, or Yayi, they're being represented by Kuja, Sukra, Rahu, or Ketu. For those of you who might not know the names in Sanskrit, the English names are Buddha is Mercury, Guru is Jupiter, Shani is Saturn, and Kuja is Mars, Sukra is Venus, Rahu is the north node, and Ketu is the south node. In order to analyze the complete picture of who might win, as I said, we have to take the complete 7 phases into account. So the polling date shows us a clear picture of who might have the chances to win or lead in the election. So the NDA alliance is being represented by Buddha, Guru and Shani. In the first phase, Buddha in Rasi Chakra is in Meena Rasi, it is Nicha for Buddha. And in Navamsa he is in Kumbha, which is a Mitra Kshetra. If we take both into consideration, Buddha has a strength of 25% or 0.25, which is being represented here. So any planet which has a total strength or complete strength, we represent it with 1. If it has only a partial strength, we represent it with 0.25. And if it has like a half strength or mixed results, we represent it with 0.5. Or if it has something more than average but less than full strength, we represent it with 0.75 for simplicity in the analysis. If we consider Guru or Jupiter, he's in 27 degrees Mesha Rasi, it is Mitra Kshetra. And in Navamsa or the D9 chart, he's in Swakshetra Dhanus or Sagittarius. So Guru is with complete strength, so we indicate 1 as the strength for Jupiter. And Shani in Ras Chakra, he's in Swakshetra, but in Navamsa, he's in Nicha, Mesha. So we give only 50% as strength for Shani, so it's 0.5. So for the NDA or the alliance, which is being headed by Narendra Modi, it has a total strength of 1.75. But for the India alliance or any other parties which are in the non-ruling phase, we have to consider the strength of Kuja, Sukra, Rahu and Ketu. So Kuja in Ras Chakra, he is with Shani. The distance between them is Kuja 26 degrees and Shani 21 degrees. So Kuja won the battle with Shani. And in Navamsa, Kuja is in Mercury. So if we analyze the strength of Kuja in D1 and D9 charts, we can give him only a quarter strength or 0.25. If we consider Sukra, Sukra is in 22 degrees Meena Rasi. But as he is in conjunction with Rahu, who is in 20 degrees, so it's only a 2 degrees gap between Sukra and Rahu. So any planet which comes to close conjunction with Rahu or Ketu, their strength is decreased a lot. So since it's only 2 degrees difference, the Sukra strength, we're taking it as 0. And for Rahu or Ketu, in Ras Chakra, both Rahu and Ketu are not in a favorable position. But in the Navamsa Chakra, Rahu and Ketu are in a friendly place. So the 50% strength or 0.5 is taken for Rahu and Ketu. So in the phase 1, if we add up all the planetary strength, for the NDA it's 1.75 and for the India alliance it's 1.25. Coming to phase 2, if we do a similar analysis for the phase 2 polling date, it's being held on April 26, 2024. The 6 a.m. is being taken just as reference, but the time doesn't matter. We just consider the whole day. So for Buddha, if we consider in Ras Chakra, he's in Meena Rasi. In Navamsa, he's in Mitra Kshetra in Makara. But still, I gave 0 as his strength. The reason being is Buddha is in 21 degrees Meena Rasi and Rahu is in 20 degrees. So Buddha came in conjunction with Rahu with up to 1 degree. So he doesn't have any strength, so we took 0 as his strength. And for Guru, if we consider, in Ras Chakra he's in Mesham, in Navamsa he's in Sagittarius or Dhanus, so he has complete strength and he's not into any combustion or anything, so we gave 1 as his strength. And Shani in Ras Chakra he's in Kumbha Rasi, and in Navamsa he's in Nicha, Mesha Rasi, so we take only 50% or 0.5 as his strength. And for the India alliance, in this phase, Kuja in Ras Chakra is in Meena Rasi, and in Navamsa he's Nicha, so we take 50% as strength. Coming to Sukra, he's in 1 degree Mesha, so he's Vargottama. Vargottama is generally considered as a very good thing, but since it is Gandanta and in the 1st degree of Mesha, we don't take the complete strength into picture. And Sukra is within 11 degrees of Ravi, which means that he's attaining combustion, so he's in the Vruddhatva phase, so he should not be having much strength. So for that reason, we gave 0.25 as the strength for Sukra. And coming to Rahu and Ketu, in Ras Chakra, they're not in a favorable place, but in the Navamsa Chakra, they're in a good position. So we took 50% as the strength for Rahu and Ketu. Coming to phase 3, here Buddha is Vargottama, as you can see. But this is Nicha Vargottama, which means that it doesn't have any strength. So Buddha is completely weak, so we gave 0 for him. And coming to Guru, he's in 1 degree Vrishabha Rasi, but still we gave 0 for him. Why? Because in Navamsa, he's in Nicha. In Rasi, he's in Vrishabha Rasi, which is not a friendly place. Plus, Guru is in combustion. If you see, Ravi is 22 degrees, and Guru is 1 degree. So they're like 9 degrees apart, which means Guru is in combustion. So we gave 0 strength for him. And coming to Seni, in Ras Chakra, he is Svakshetra, but in Navamsa, he is Nicha. So we gave 50% strength or 0.5. For the India alliance, if we consider Kuja, in Ras Chakra, he's in Mitra Kshetra, but in Navamsa, he's not in a Mitra Kshetra. So we gave only 50% as strength. And for Sukra, if we consider he's in combust position, because Ravi is 22 degrees, Sukra is 15 degrees, so Sukra is combust or in Modhya. So we gave 0 as his strength. And Rahu and Ketu, in both Rasi and Navamsa, they're in unfavorable place. But still, I gave them 25% as strength. The reason being, Rahu also gives the qualities of the Rasi which they are in. Yadyad bhava gato vapi yadyad bhavesha samyato tattat phalana prabalo pradishetam tamograho. Which means that Rahu and Ketu, they also give the results of the Rasi Lord in which they are positioned. So I gave them a quarter strength each. So in this phase, the NDA has a strength of 0.5 and India has a strength of 1. And in the fourth phase, Buddha is Vargotama here as well, but it is Gandanta and he's in 2nd degree Mesha. So we gave only quarter strength for him. And Guru is in Astangatva dosha or in combustion, because Ravi is 28 degrees Mesham and Guru is 2 degrees Vrishabha. So you can see that it's only 4 degrees apart. Guru is combust, so we gave him 0. And for Seni, in Ras Chakra, he's in Svakshetra, in Navamsa, in Mitra Kshetra, so we gave him as a complete strength indicating 1. So India has 1.25 as the strength. And the India Alliance and others, they have for Kuja, in Ras Chakra, he's good, and in Navamsa, he's good. But still, we gave only 0.5 as a strength, because Kuja is in 15 degrees and Rahu is in 19 degrees, so they're only 4 degrees apart. So 50% of the strength is being ruined with Rahu. And Sukra is in Astangatvam or combustion, so we gave 0 for him. For Rahu and Ketu, as I said earlier, similar to phase 3, you can take quarter strength for them. So the total being 1 for the India Alliance. In the phase 5, Buddha is in Mesha Rasi, but in Navamsa, he's in Sitru Kshetra. So Rasi is Samakshetra, Navamsa is Sitru Kshetra. So I gave 0.25 as the strength for Buddha. And for Guru, since he's combust, Ravi or Sun is 5 degrees, Guru is 4 degrees, so they're within 1 degree apart. So since it's completely combust, I gave 0. And for Seni, he's good in Rasi and Navamsa, so I gave 1. For the India Alliance for Kuja, though he's in Mitra Kshetra in Rasi and in Ucha in Navamsa, I still gave 0 because Kuja is in 20 degrees Meenam and Rahu is 19 degrees Meenam. So the Kuja Rahu conjunction is within 1 degree. So the complete energy of Kuja is being destroyed by the union of Rahu. So I gave him 0 as his strength. And for Sukra, if we consider, he's completely composed because Ravi is 5 degrees Vrishabham and Sukra is 1 degree Vrishabham, so I give 0 as his strength. And for Rahu and Ketu, we should take quarter strength because they're in the same positions. And coming to phase 6, Buddha, he's in Samakshetram in Rasi, but he's in Uchakshetram in Navamsa, he's in Kanya Rasi. So I gave 0.75 as his strength. And Guru is still combust with Ravi in 10 degrees and Guru in 5 degrees, so I gave 0 as his strength. And for Seni, he's good in Rasi and Navamsa, Svakshetra and Mitra Kshetra, so we should take as a complete strength of 1. For the India Alliance and other opposition parties, Kuja in Ras Chakra is in Meena Rasi, in Navamsa he's in Kumbha Rasi, but the conjunction between Kuja and Rahu is like 5 degrees apart, so I gave him a quarter strength. And Sukra, if we consider, he's still in combustion because Sukra is 7 degrees and Ravi is 10 degrees, so they're only 3 degrees apart, which means it's a complete combustion. So Sukra is 0. And for Rahu and Ketu, it's still a quarter strength because in Rasi and Navamsa, they occupy the signs of the same Lord. And the last phase, or the 7th phase, which is being held on the 1st June 2024. If we consider the planetary transit positions on that day, for Buddha, in Ras Chakra, Buddha is in Vrishabha Rasi, which is Mitra Kshetram, and he's not combust. And in Navamsa, he's in Makara, which is also a Mitra Kshetram. So we gave him a complete strength of 1. If we consider Guru, Ravi is 16 degrees and Guru is 7 degrees. So he's coming out of combustion. They're like 9 degrees apart, and slowly Guru is coming out of combustion. And in Navamsa, he's in Svakshetra, so I gave him 0.75 as the strength. And Shani, in Ras Chakra, he is Swakshetra, in Navamsa Mitra Kshetra with no afflictions, so we gave 1 as a total strength for Shani. So it's 2.75 for the NDA alliance. And coming to the India alliance, Kuja in Ras Chakra, Navamsa Chakra, he's in Vargottama. Vargottama is considered very powerful. It strengthens the planet. But the reason here why I gave only a quarter strength is he's in 29 degrees of Meena Rasi, which is almost ending of a Rasi. So any planet in the ending or the starting degrees of a Rasi loses its strength. And Revati, 4th quarter, being a Gandanta, we should give only quarter strength for Kuja. And Sukra, he's in 15 degree, which is only 1 degree apart from Sun. So he's in completely combustion. So for Sukra, we gave 0 as the strength. And for Rahu and Ketu, I gave only quarter strength. So the total being for the NDA alliance is 2.75 and for the India alliance is 0.75. So considering the complete 7 phases of polling and the planetary strength which each party possesses, for the NDA, if we add up all the planetary strength, it comes to 10.75. For the India alliance and other parties, if we add up, it comes to 7. So if we total the planetary strength, it's 10.75 plus 7, it's 17.5. So what I did was, for the India Parliament, it has 543 seats, and I heard in the news that there may be 544 seats, just 1 plus or minus. This is the total number of seats in the Lok Sabha in Indian Parliament, and 272 are the seats which are needed for majority. So since 543 is the total number of seats, so what I did was, the complete planetary strength indicates the strength of the ruling and the opposition parties. And the Lok Sabha or the Parliament contains only the ruling or the opposition parties. So if we try to relate the planetary strength of 17.5 with 543 seats, the share of 10.75 will indicate 329 and the share of 7 will indicate 214. So adding up the complete strength of NDA, the 10.75 strength represents 329 seats in the Lok Sabha Parliament, or 60% of the seat share. For India Alliance and other parties, it indicates 214 as the seat share. So this is the basic analysis which we can do in a simple manner, considering the planetary strength of the ruling and opposition parties as indicated in Brihat Samhita. But one thing to note is the nimittas or omens have not been taken into consideration, because omens or nimittas, they show a lot of simple ways through which we can predict the outcome, but in this analysis the omens have not been taken into consideration. So based on the planetary transit effects, we can say that the NDA alliance will get around 60% of the seat share, which is roughly 329 seats. There's one other thing which I would like to mention is, so these two pictures are being taken from the Telugu Almanac or the Telugu Panchanga, which I write every year. The main point in these 2 pages is there is Kujastambhana in Karkataka Rasi from October 2024. Kujastambhana means Kuja being stagnant in one Rasi or in one constellation for roughly 6 or 7 months. So Kuja is being in Cancer for around 7 months in Karkataka Rasi from October 2024. That is not a positive sign for those in power. And in next year, around March and April 2025, there is a Shani and Rahu conjunction happening in Meena Rasi or Pisces. And also a Shashtagriha Kudami, which is going to happen on March 29th and March 30th of 2025. In Meena Rasi Pisces. So why this Shashtagriha Kudami plays a key role is, during Shashtagriha Kudami, many unpredictable incidences take place. So if we consider in 2019 December, Shashtagriha Kudami happened in Dhanus Rasi or Sagittarius. We have seen that from 2020 onwards how the COVID affected the whole world, the lockdown situations, how businesses were affected, how the common man was affected. We have seen that situation. So Shashtagriha Kudami plays a very important role in predicting the global events. So this should be considered with caution. So taking these 3 points and planetary position into consideration, in 2025, around March and April, since there is a Shani and Rahu conjunction, there is a possibility for change of leadership or the government. This is a general prediction based on the Shani and Rahu conjunction, and more light will be thrown on this concept in my future videos. You can stay tuned to the channel to see those videos. And since the transit is not that favorable for the country or for the world, so considering the Shani and Rahu conjunction and Kujastambhana and Shashtagriha Kudami, which are going to happen next year, for maintaining law and order, peace and harmony and well-being of the state and nation, regular Sivabhisheka, Homa, Subramanya, Chandi, Lalita Aradhana, Vishnu Sahasranama Parayana are very helpful for the well-being of the country and the world. Jaitu Bharatakshoni Khandam Vishada Vivarjitam Jaitu Ganapastasya Kshemam Vidhatu Manamuni जयतु रमणस्तस्याचार्य महर्षिकुलाचलो जयतु च तयोर्माता पूता महेश विलासिनी धर्मस्य जयोस्तु. The power of democracy rests in the hands of voters. If people don't take part in voting, they end up with a government which they'll likely regret. Take part in democracy by using your power to vote. Swasti.